What is up, everyone? We are back for another episode of the Daily Prophetcast. Once again, I am Matt, joined by the ever magical Mr. Amaru Moses. How you doing today, sir?
Continuously, every time you say daily, I'm like, we're nowhere near daily, and
It's
I'm going
just
to
a
keep
name.
mentioning that we're not daily, but I'm doing
It's
good.
just a
How are you?
name. I'm doing well. Outside my tailbone, but we're not going to go into that. But it's been an interesting month for me, at least in the world of the Wizarding world. I know you're just like, I got Percy Jackson right now, so that's my focus. But and we'll honestly dive into that a little bit later because both of us are big Percy Jackson fans. But I'm excited to talk about the little bit that we have to talk about in the world of the Wizarding world. There's not a lot, and as always, fuck J.K. Rowling and everything she stands for politically. However, we don't agree with her, and that's why we take donations for advocates for trans equality. So if you feel like donating or donating yourself, links up there and in the description. So with that being said, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of this all. First and foremost, we're going to talk about these small little news stories up top. Wizarding World is coming to Fortnite. I don't know how I feel about that, even though I play Fortnite. It's so weird to think about that. Like, hey, this is going to be playable costumes. Like, there's no talk about them using characters, but there is there's supposed to be like your own customizable character in the Hogwarts costume and things like that. And I'm just like, all right. They announced. I'll actually share the screen. They announced for those who don't play Fortnite, a back bling that is a chocolate frog. So here's an idea of what these outfits will look like. And then there you go. And then the back bling chocolate frog that you can put on your character's back. So
okay.
But also for the time being, until December 18th, you can play Hogwarts Legacy through Epic Universe. Or not Epic Universe, Epic Games through their store, and you can play that and get the black back bling that way. Otherwise, you'll be paying for it. But still,
I am not Squidward in that picture. Y'all can go ahead and take Fortnite.
Yeah. No, that's just me because I have a MacBook. And that's more due to the fact that you can't really run Epic Games on a MacBook, so they can't play Hogwarts Legacy.
I love that GIF because, yes, I call them GIFs.
And you're old.
No, because I believe the creator who made these things, they call them GIFs. His daddy called them GIFs. I'm going to call them GIFs. And I am not, again, so I'm just making a comment that, like, while y'all might be that, if you can't play, I don't care. You said Fortnite. And it reminds me, again, that I'm a teacher and I have to deal with these sayings that I don't like. And it's not a saying, it's just a game I don't play. And you started to do this, and I said, stop it in my head because I don't want to say those numbers back and forth. So don't.
Hey. Listen, that's my I don't know thing. But also, we were given the tools to shut that down from now on.
I've been telling children 8, 9 every time. And they look at me like, what? Yep, 8, 9. That's what you're saying. Anyway, whatever. Percy Jackson and me being a teacher and those 3 letters to children will always come up every time you see me on screen. But anyway, I will say this, though. I did grow up not as much as everybody else, but I played 2K. And I played NFL 2K2. And one of the best things was creating your own player and creating your team based off of everybody in your classroom and doing. So I give them that. Like, anytime you can create your own player, you are just going to go ham on creating you and your friends and your family and all of them, and then go and doing whatever you're doing on that game. So, like,
shit, did I ever show you my Harry Potter Quidditch game picture?
Not the Quidditch one, but you have shown me like whatever my version of whatever sports games you play.
No, you're not in this one. I was curious if I'd ever shared that with you. So that's
no, but the University of California, Berkeley, when I went there, had their own Quidditch team, and that was actually pretty dope to watch.
Oh, I was about to say, let me guess, you played.
No, I did not play it. I never played. I just watched a dude from definitely some kind of frat in a all gold spandex onesie, like he was a figure skater, with a yellow sock and with a tennis ball behind it. Cross country runner, most likely, just running and running and running while everybody else was on broom chasing him, and they could never catch him. It was kind of fun.
I'm honestly shocked. That seems like your thing. That seems like what you would do.
I was looking for pickup games. That's what I was doing instead. Going to. I remember. I cannot believe I forgot the name of the gym, but I was going to the gym looking for pickup games. So
damn.
Yeah, but again, I did watch, and it was fun to watch on Sproul Plaza. Anybody who went to Berkeley, go Bears.
Oh, I can't find this picture. God damn it! It was.
I tried to vamp. I tried to give
it
to you. I tried to give you the time.
I appreciate it. No, it's just the Twitter website is acting up. So, and I know I tweeted that out. Maybe it was on the Watt account. God damn it. Anyways, no. We also got our first preview of The Voice of Dobby for the second book in the new full cast edition audiobooks that comes out this week. So if you haven't already listened to that first book or just explored the idea of getting it, here's a little preview for you.
Toby Jones?
No, that is Daniel Mays.
Wait a second. I know that name. Holy crap. That is the exact, I thought that man is the exact opposite of Toby Jones. The exact opposite in terms of height and look. Yes. Wow.
Tall with hair.
Good fucking job on that, sir. Matching Toby Jones's energy, because I thought like that sounded just like him.
There's only one member of the Harry Potter film cast who's come back to do a voice of some form in the new audiobooks, and that is someone who had one of the smallest fucking roles, and it should have been much larger, and Bill Nighy, who will be Professor Slughorn.
Right, and he just switched up roles. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was Scrimgeour before, and it's just like homie got screwed over. That should have been like a nice movie and a half part.
Yeah, I was surprised in the movie how
because he was supposed to be an Half-Blood Prince. Half-Blood Prince is one of my least favorite movies because of how much important shit gets cut from it.
I did want to see that beginning scene with the minister.
Instead, we get fucking witches or Death Eaters flying around in the fucking olive oil.
I mean, that was also a cool scene. It was. I mean, it wasn't necessary, but it was also cool. I also liked Harry pulling a black woman, like, without even trying.
Fair. I did find the picture.
And then continuously being mad at Dumbledore, like, bro, you couldn't wait.
You couldn't wait. Like, give me like a day or two.
Something. He couldn't. He like, I get it. He couldn't, but still, yeah.
I mean, he could. He didn't need to rush Harry to the burrow like that.
But it was too late. It was too late. Like, it was already done. By the time they left was when he was supposed to go back, and then like he couldn't go back, and then talk of it. It was gone. The moment was gone. And he needed Slughorn. So anyway.
No, I agree. I just give my man his props. But anyways, here. So the last year or two, there was a game released for next-gen consoles called Quidditch Champions. And they gave you the ability to customize your entire squad. So I did this. Got right here on the end, the bald guy is my buddy Connor, who you've seen on shows like Really Scared or heard on our Fortnite streams. The glasses weren't showing up, or he doesn't wear the glasses half the time anyways, but there's Chris Anthony Lopez, the Hufflepuff in the back corner. Up front, you got Jeff Alterman, the beater. Then you have Taylor Cleek, the chaser. Me and my love for Harry Potter, of course, was ending up being the seeker. And then behind me over there is co-founder of the channel, Nick Mulbach, as one of our chasers. So it was fun. It's a fun little game. It's nothing compared to the Quidditch game. I don't know if you played it growing up.
No.
You never played.
I'm not the biggest gamer, man. Even when I played games as a kid, I wasn't like the hugest gamer. So half
But
of
see, I
the
knew you
stuff
told me you like sports games, so I
I
figured that
don't
one.
like. I
No,
don't like
said,
sports games.
I said back then. Back then.
Back then, I didn't like sports games either. I just played them. They got real boring real quick because it was just me and they didn't have the online component. And by the time the online component was there, I wasn't good enough, and I was doing other stuff. So like I always went to one play. I always went to one player games. Halo, Assassin's Creed, Gears of War. That was kind of my lineup, and Call of Duty.
You would have. See, I feel like this would have transcended that due to the fact that it's Quidditch and not an actual sport. But
I don't know. I'm weird when it comes to video games.
I get that. So with that it's a fun game. It's only like $20-$30. So like, but the issue is they changed the rules of Quidditch so much that I have the fan in me just gets enraged playing it sometimes because they make this snitch 50 points instead, and it doesn't end the game. So the snitch comes out multiple times throughout the game.
I'm not mad at that. As like people are like, dude, what are you playing for? Just go cast a snitch, and then the game's over.
But you got to be able to spot the snitch. So,
yeah.
So like
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that change. I'm not mad at that change.
But like I would literally just run up the score because I was great with chasers. Like just start speeding around, dodging bludgers, and just keep running up the score. And then like the fact of the matter is you can win without catching the snitch if you're good enough.
Yeah.
So it's a fun little game. I've streamed it before on our Twitch. I might do that again, honestly. Maybe today before work. But moving on, because we got a few more things to cover and whatnot. That's really let's talk the main story real quick, and then we'll get into the small things that are a little bit more fun that I have a decent amount of show and tell for. So Rue, Netflix and/or Paramount is about to buy WB. Hopefully not due to antitrust laws, but we'll see. How do you think a sale could potentially affect this new series?
The only thing I could see is a delay. Maybe. I think this series is into production too much, too big of a property. The fact that they already built all these places and stuff, I would only think maybe like pause and see who's paying for all this crap now and how we're moving forward and what we're doing here and where's it going. Other than that, this may be one of the properties that won't get like dismantled. It'll just take a little bit longer. Or nothing will happen because a part of whatever deal will be like, the stuff we're in the middle of, y'all need to keep doing, or we're going to finish before, because it's going to take a minute for any deal, if they actually do it, to go through.
They're saying the earliest the deal could go through potentially is at the earliest next December. And that's before factoring on all the lawsuits that's going to be coming in from guilds.
Yep.
And things like that. So HBO is still going to be acting as if there's nothing going on for the time being.
So yeah, I guess it would affect whatever Prisoner of Azkaban, or depending on how long a season takes, Chamber of Secrets. But HBO will be churning out seasons like it's nothing.
They've already confirmed they're writing season 2.
But I mean, like shooting and all of that, and thinking about House of the Dragon and how quick they come out.
The plan is they're going to be taking like a 2-month break after they complete filming on this, and then jump right into season 2.
They don't want actually, no, it wasn't that bad when the kids grew up. They just have to like.
It didn't get bad until 4 on. 4 on is when it started getting bad. It's not like another show we'll be talking about in a little bit, where one man just completely does not look like the same and looks like a grown ass man one season later. But
I'm trying to like I didn't mind 4. Everybody talks about 4 because of the hair, and then it's hilarious. Learning I've learned recently
oh no,
the
no,
reason their hair is like that is
yeah,
because
because Mike Newell
they're
did it.
Mike Newell didn't want to have them cut their hair. They're like, nah, leave it. And
It's not that he didn't. It's not that he didn't want them to cut it. He's just like they're like, all right, what do you want us to do? He's like, oh, that looks fine. He's just
and then Rupert and Daniel like, what the fuck? No,
yeah, because he just thought that they chose wanting to do that, and it's just like, no, it was about we've come back every year to what does the director want us to do with our hair, just to have him be like, oh, no, it's fine. Didn't realize he had the power to cut, and so we have these mains. I feel bad.
It's funny. It's hilarious.
Could you imagine doing that back in that age? I'd have a fucking fro at that point.
I had the Jew fro. I'm not well. My ancestors were Jewish, but I'm not Jewish, and I had the curls. My hair is not thick enough to like get the real fro, so it's just Solo-esque.
I have that that in between white person and black person type hair that mixed people get, or in between the mixed hair, and I have like that in between mixed hair where it's not as mixed where I get Jew fro, but I still have more of the black qualities to it. It's nice. I feel fortunate because that's some good shit. But man, I would have hated it because I grew my hair out once for a cosplay, right? It was in 2019. I grew it out to do Donald Glover's Lando Calrissian for Star Wars Celebration. Celebration was in April. I didn't cut that shit until mid or late July. I went to a friend's pool party once, and my hair was literally, because you know how black folk hair works. It's just like it just sits in there when you get water in there. So like my hair was literally getting pulled back by the water, and I could squeeze it, and it was like a fucking sponge. And so I was like, oh, this is a sign to cut it. I don't like this.
I've grown out my hair out 3 times, and all 3 times it went down to the middle of my shoulder blades. I used to have braids. Yeah, the hair got long. Hair got real long.
Why don't you grow your hair out now, Rue?
Because it does it. It stops. It gets to a certain point where I'm balding, and then it won't grow anymore. That's why.
Gotcha. I thought that was a choice at the time. That's why I was.
Nope.
Gotcha.
Nope. Yep. So. Anyway,
fair enough. Just like I had the widow peaks with hats, so I feel you. But,
but I don't know whether or not the show will get that affected by whoever buys it, if it ever buys it.
So personally, I thought Comcast should have gone all in for it. I alluded to it on Blurs a little bit because there's more levels to it if Comcast buys it. So Comcast is the owner of Universal, which is Universal Studios, which owns 3 parks that have to pay tens, if not slightly over 100 million a year in park or just park
revenue,
fees and everything, royalties to Warner Brothers, and then even more to J.K. Rowling. So they're paying millions upon millions to just hold the rights to have this fit in a park. And you could have slashed that bill in a good portion, and regained revenue, because then they would have owned DC. They could replace the Marvel because you've been to Universal Studios in Orlando, right? Could have replaced Marvel with DC. Fun fact, that was originally supposed to be DC, but deal fell through back in the day. I could have done so much and just infused all this money into their parks and given them a nice little facelift. And it just didn't. They didn't go all in like I feel like they should have. So, but no, I think I'm more afraid what happens to the show if Paramount gets it, because
I don't think anybody wants Paramount to get anything.
No. Well, the one thing that I keep holding on to, I'm like, well, if Paramount does get it, the theatrical experience is probably safer, and I get to keep my physical media. But the other repercussions have me going like, no, that's not enough. That's not enough to sell my soul to just be able to enjoy the things I love without Netflix fucking with me. Ultimately, I'm hoping antitrust strikes this down, and Warner Brothers either has to stay as its own company or they have to piecemeal their shit. Like, all right, fine, fuck it. We can't sell the company, but we'll sell all of these IPs. Essentially, this company doesn't, or this company no longer exists after this fact. Which I think that might be the better option. Which it's apparently is an option. It is an option if antitrust lawsuits strike it down. So Universal might have another shot at it if that's the case, but who knows? But yeah, I really don't know how else this is gonna be. Just this could be affected the way it is. So it'll be interesting for sure. But we're gonna end with a little bit of show and tell today, because as you all know, if you've watched this podcast before last episode, it was just days. And funny enough, we are literally 1 month to the day since the last episode. Saw that when I set things up. We did it. But to be fair, they've been right around a month mark each time. So I'm proud of us in that regard. But I went to Universal Studios Orlando back in November, a few days after our last episode, and I got to experience Epic Universe, Wizarding World France. I got to experience the Wizarding World, which I've been to 2 other times in my life, and it's fun. But real quick, I'm gonna start off with this one. The one, because you only get 1 day at Epic Universe with ticket. You get 1 day, so the park is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and it has those 4 separate lands and the one land that is Celestial Park, which is Epic's own thing. So essentially, you got 12 hours to try to do as much as you possibly can. I want to give some thanks to my father, who decided, you know what? I want to try to see as much as possible with my sons and my wife on this last family trip, and decided to buy our express passes.
Nice.
So with that in mind, we got in the park at 9 and went straight to the Wizarding World France for the ministry, to get in line for the Ministry of Magic ride with our express passes. So it was a personal struggle and journey, because ultimately we got in line. We were there for like a solid 30 minutes, right when the ride's supposed to open. Sorry for the delay, this, that, and the other. It's ride's experiencing issues, so on and so forth. We waited another 20, 30 minutes after that announcement. Still didn't open. So we got out. My parents grabbed breakfast. My brother and I went to do some scouting, I guess, for the rest of the day, because my brother was really interested on if he'd fit in the rides at Nintendo World. And while we were doing that, it opened back up. So we just hopped back in with our express pass and got on. But I have this video of some of the views inside that ride. Hey, yo.
Containers remaining out there. Underage being captured was a bit of a shock, I will say that. You're breaking into the ministry in the first place, and they call me mad. If she had entered the time and lived in the time we would have been disastrous. I'm just glad that they keep those time turners locked away, smashed her out. Imagine the consequences of it.
Stuff from her office.
She wants freedom. And for elves to be receiving thanks, yes, she does. Oh, not at all house elves are wanting. No. Most elves are content without. But Peabody likes things. Peabody has heard about all the wonderful things Miss Hermione Granger has done. All of the
No, it was a really cool experience. That massive cut that you saw where it was like I was standing in a doorway and then it went to where the memorial to fallen Aurors where it's Franken, Alice Longbottom, Moody, and I can't remember what character, because it's a character we never met in the films. I can't remember what character was in the middle. But that was the break. Like that's where I picked up filming from after we left. Because that first part of the video before that was all that first trip through. And then when we came back, I'm like, I ain't recording anything until I see something new. And that was just my opinion on that. And I was glad that we knocked that out first because I'm 6 feet, 315 pounds, and that was the only ride my ass fit on that entire day.
Well, damn.
Yeah. My brother, who's and my brother and dad laughed at me. He's like, "This is where playing sports." Unlike my brother, who never played sports, came back to haunt me. I have thick thighs, so like because you do workouts and everything for basketball and football and everything, so I have thicker thighs from the workouts. Right. My brother never played sports, and he has tiny thighs compared to me. The thighs were the difference in being able to fit on those rides, and I was upset.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're tiny. You're tiny. I get it.
I'm smaller. And now, since you mentioned it, I was wondering why your Quidditch character on your game was not more accurate.
They don't let you. That's literally the only reason why.
Oh, okay. Because I would say the other games let you. They let you.
They literally let you do the face and decide if you're a boy or girl, and that's it.
I was gonna ask until I saw the undesirable number 10. I was like, do they actually have Kingsley as minister? Or are we in the present, or is it still in the past?
It's Kingsley as minister. Yes.
So why did it say undesirable number 10?
No. It didn't say undesirable number 10.
Okay. All right. Cool. Then they have him.
It was so it switches back and forth between him and Umbridge.
Got it. Cool. I was like, yeah, I saw Kingsley up there. I was like, yeah, black man, let's go.
Yeah, he is minister. That ride, by the way, fucking blew me away. There's another video I didn't add onto it, but it's literally me walking out the exit and it just says worth every minute of waiting.
Nice.
But it was fantastic. I would go again.
It's similar to the Hogwarts ride because the Hogwarts ride I've been on, but that was a long time ago.
Yes and no. Movement wise, comparable.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. They're not going to have the same settings and stuff.
No, the actual ride mechanics are different, but because you're in just like this, I think it's like a 8 or 12-seater cart.
Got it.
And so that's designed to look like a ministry elevator, and it just moves you along, and like you go up, down, sideways, front, back. Like every way the elevators go in Harry Potter, you go them, and for fans, it fixes that issue of we never got to see the Hall of Time Turners destroyed in the movies and this, that, and the other. Umbridge is going after a time turner, but they mention in that ride. So everything in the rides, if I remember correctly, are canon to the films. And she mentions in that ride, or they mentioned in that ride, like, yeah, I got all the time turners were destroyed during the Battle of the Ministry in our 5th year. It's like, oh, okay, so we're covering that now. Good to know. And she tries to use a broken time turner to in an attempt to put Voldemort in charge because she'd rather live in a world where blood traders and whatnot, in her mind, aren't violent.
So it's the cursed child.
It's a setup for the cursed child, arguably. But the animatronics, as you saw with her house elf, because that is Umbridge's house elf.
Right.
Animatronics are fucking amazing. Like, I was like, God damn. And then I have another 2 videos here. I'm going to go to the next one because it's still Epic Universe. So we started off the day there, and the last park we really spent time in, or at least my brother and I spent time in, was Wizarding World France, because after this we booked to grab food from. We grabbed macaroni and cheese cones from the Isle of Berk, and then my brother wanted to try this Donkey Kong float, so we booked it over to to Super Mario World to get his float, and then we left. So we were only at each of those places as long as it took us to get food. But I have an entrance of the morning. I didn't want to do a comparison, but this is the entrance to Wizarding World France at night.
Green port or blue portal's really fucking cool though. Yeah. Let's see France at night. Oh wow. This is awesome at night. Look at the statues. We will be stopping and getting butterbeer though, because I want to get 4 glasses. So
You want to get 4?
since the yeah.
What do you need 4 for?
And
Bro, I gotta say, as much as I've seen these movies, the music hits every time.
yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It does.
But yeah, and yes, I did get 4 glasses because they had. This is just a collector's plastic cup that you get from ordering a collectible butterbeer. This is the France one, and as you can see, it says butterbeer in French, and then if you turn it to this other side, it says it in English. They had glass ones, but the glass ones are out of stock while I was there. So I was planning on bringing my friends back glass ones. So instead of doing that, that's why it's like, yeah, I got to get 4 butterbeers. And my brother's like, you want 4? And then I had to explain it to him after I was done recording. Like, hey, this is gifts for people because shit is. I'd rather give people glass, but this is what I can get. You know what I mean? So that was fun. I did get this shirt that I was wearing. This is the newer. If you look in the thumbnail, I have a Gryffindor team captain shirt under my robes. This is the newer version of it, so I had to get the updated one. This was my favorite shirt, but sadly I can't wear it. This is the Gryffindor vintage shirt. Now this is a 3X, or it says on the tag, right? Well, for some reason, it fits me like a 1X, so I have to lose weight, which I've already started doing to wear this. So that's been.
I mean, maybe it's telling you that you continue to waste your money on the wrong house. So, like, yeah.
I am actually a Gryffindor, so fuck off. I'm not one of these fakes. I'll pull up my Pottermore right now.
Pottermore, anytime they don't give anybody Hufflepuff, they give them the wrong house. I mean, that's what it is. Always. So
and then I got this Metro Flu shirt from the Ministry of Magic ride, and it has like this. Which side is on? It's on this one.
I will say shout out to Ravenclaw, my niece's one. So I have to
Oh,
kind of, and it's my secondary house, so I'll give them a pass.
And then that little Metro Flu logo on the sleeve.
That looks like McDowell's logo.
It does.
They're
And
not
then-
the Big Mac, it's the Big Mick.
And then this is honestly my second favorite shirt, and it goes with this hat. I bought them together. It is the vintage Butterbeer shirt. I just got that vintage Butterbeer logo on the front, and I got this hat. And last but not least, 1 second, please.
Oh, I'm just here by myself, talking shit to the Watt Real Entertainment.
No, I'm back. I just didn't want to. I got, and now there's dust on this, so I got to clean it. The vintage from Fantastic Beasts robes, because the movies may not be the best, but these navy robes with the striped sleeve collar or striped sleeve are just absolutely awesome. And then I did eat. I didn't get to eat at a Wizarding World France establishment. However, I ate at both the Leaky Cauldron and the Three Broomsticks while I was there. And at the Leaky Cauldron, it is the only place we can get this metal butterbeer souvenir stein. So I picked up one of those. And otherwise, my vacation was just it was a lot of candy for a video I'll be doing on this channel soon of taste testing of Harry Potter candy. And then I recently was able to hunt down this, which if you have a Walmart, check your Walmart out. That seems to be the only store that has them right now, but it is the Butterbeer Coffee Creamer, and it literally smells like the foam at the parks. And I've put it in hot chocolate. I haven't put it in coffee yet, but I have put it in hot chocolate. So
I would like to try it. It's just walking into a Walmart sometimes is not.
Listen, it
Depends on the neighborhood, to be honest, which sucks, but it depends on the neighborhood.
The Walmart that was in my neighborhood closed 3 or 4 years ago and has now since been replaced by a Hobby Lobby. I had to drive. I had to drive 15 minutes out of my way because there's two close enough by me, but they're like the same distance. I had to drive 15 minutes out of my way just to get this, and I do not regret it. I was able to get the other two Coffee Mate Harry Potter flavors that they have way before the last show even, which is the sugar-free peppermint toad and the cauldron cakes. I like the cauldron cake one a lot. I haven't tried the peppermint toad one. I was waiting for the winter weather, the holidays to get it. I was going to start drinking it until I got this, and now I'm treating this shit like gold until I can get my hands on like a second and third bottle to just keep in my fridge. But it's been fun. But Rue, let's talk about the other massive series to wrap this up. Real quick thoughts, because I know you got a movie you want tickets for. Man forgot we had already scheduled the show. Is the theater close?
Whatever. Yeah, sure. In theater, very close, so I'm good. Percy Jackson season 2 is again just it makes me so happy to watch. And I don't say this negatively. It's starting to become a real show. You could see in season 1. I love season 1. Absolutely love it. But you can tell budget is not fully there. Like, it does look a little drab. And they're just like, we need to get this franchise out because it's great, but it's still
didn't know how to use the volume. They didn't know how to use the volume properly, which a lot of Disney shows have had that issue over the last few years.
I got an early view, so I can't talk about everything, but I can talk about the first 2 that came out. And I absolutely I cannot stop smiling watching the show. And now I can see some of the young actors are now starting to figure out how to get into their groove. Like Dior Goodjohn, Leah Jeffries, I love them, but you could see every once in a while, they're young, they're learning. There are a couple of scenes again, I don't want to break embargo or nothing. What was episode 2? What was what was the core of episode 2? Because I don't want to talk about something that hasn't come out yet.
That was the chariot race, and then it ends with the escape.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So in I completely forgot about Tantalus, and I actually really like I haven't read the books in a long time because I'm reading the new books that just came out of Percy. later on in life, which are also good.
Yes, they are.
So some of the scenes with Tantalus feel a little like not fleshed out as much. So I'm getting these like, but even then, the themes that they're going through that made the book so good, and that the fact that they're giving these young actors so much more to do in this season. So like they gave them things, but they leaned on the veteran actors to kind of push them along a little bit more. Kind of felt like which big known character actor or big actor is going to go along with our main three characters every episode in season 1. Now it's it's about the three of our actors, but then let's put in these veteran actors to actually to now support them and bolster them instead of lean on them. And so when you're like, okay, I can see your growing pains with your acting, but that's why we have Lin-Manuel Miranda coming up to help out with some of the emotional stuff. And why we have, whenever he comes up, when we have Adam Copeland to come in and kill it as Ares again. Or just in Jason Mantzoukas being the perfect Dionysus.
Yes.
And all of that. And it looks so much better. That opening scene of Grover getting taken by the whatever Kraken thing.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. And now it's growing pains that I love to see because the story is there and I was waiting to the end. But I'm going to ask you, I have a favorite part of this season so far or a favorite person. What about you, sir, before I tell you mine?
Really enjoying the season. I do like how they've made Tyson less simple. That was something they made him they made him simple, but not simple enough in the film when they did Sea of Monsters. And I feel like it'd be a disservice to do him overly simple like he is in the books where he can barely string together a sentence. But I love this Daniel Detmer, I think is his name, or Dietmar, who's doing a fantastic job as Tyson. I love what they've done with Tyson this season. I love Walter Scobell. Been a big fan of his since the Adam Project.
Yes,
and I love the stories that they're telling and how they've Rick Riordan. I don't know if you've read anything I shared on Facebook. In the last
Riordan, just because it took me a
Riordan.
long time to figure out that it's rhymes with fireman, and that's how he tells people.
The changes that they've made. But I'm blown away. I can't wait to see more, especially as we get on the Princess Andromeda. I'll say my MVP has been Tyson. I love that as an actor. That has been like.
That is mine as well. Daniel Dimer, or I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
He continues to kill it in these early episodes. He is the perfect. Yep, you were right. The perfect balance of sweet, good-hearted, not as intellectually sound as everybody else, but more emotionally intelligent than everybody else. So the ability to balance that, they write the hell out of his character.
Yes, they do.
The way that they make him. So Matt reminded me of like how they introduce him and some of the things that happen. I don't remember, and I thought it was different. So like it just made me re-fall in love with the character even more because it without going back to the books, they make him more. He was already important. They seem to make him even more important and more fleshed out and have much more of just a simple-minded Cyclops character. And he continues to kill it. I cannot wait to finally catch up. I saw the first 4 episodes. So when we get to 5, 6, 7, and 8, I'm going to be happy to like continue to go down that path. I'm very happy with this season.
I'll probably be getting messages every Wednesday evening. Yo, what about this? I was like, yeah. But no, I'm excited to keep growing with the show. I love the show. I love that they're already almost done with production on season 3. So hopefully by next December, we're just going right back into this. I'm hoping season 2 does well enough where they just greenlight season 4 in the next month month or so they can just get right in the production on that, like they did with season 3. And yeah, this show is just fantastic. And I don't know if you saw, but Walker has hinted that he would like to do the Heroes of Olympus storyline. In the back of my head, I'm like, homie, you're gonna be like 25 by the time that would be done. That's not happening.
Look, if oh no, don't. What is my man's name from Coach Carter? Both of my men's name from Coach Carter.
The one who was on Arrow.
No, I don't know if he was. Robert Richard and Antoine Tanner have been playing high schoolers well into their late 40s, bro. So if they can do that, just continue. Y'all are fine. They can continue to be high schoolers for forever because those two gentlemen, even though black don't crack, and that's the reason, they have been playing high schoolers their entire lives. So you know what? I have been one who have said that Percy Jackson is the series that can rival the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the most like spin-offs and universes, and with all the different mythologies that they have and everything that they can put together, it is as big as the MCU.
Yes.
And they continue to make it like, and this is my thing about the series. It's a children's story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason.
So well in making it,
but it is an elevated. It is an elevated children's story. So that's yes, but I say even more so. I
agree. I would agree with that.
I say Percy Jackson is even. It's just same as
I'd
this.
agree with that, but I was just saying they're still both elevated. Which is why you bring it up.
And that is why I'm also like liking the growing pains and liking that, because like, yo, at the end of the day, this is even more of a children's young adolescent story, and Percy Jackson is, than Harry Potter is more young adult. So, but it's so elevated and there's so much that goes into it, and there's so much mythology that you can continue making Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus and the Egyptian version that I'm annoyed that I cannot remember the name of, and the Norse version, and then all of the, just make them all, because you can go on forever for it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Listen.
Kane Chronicles. Yeah. Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, you were supposed to release that movie a long time ago. Screw y'all.
TV show, and they canceled it.
It was supposed to be a movie. It was supposed to be the Percy Jackson TV show and the Kane Chronicles movie, and then maybe they switched it. I
remember in an interview with Riordan as season 1 was coming out, he gave an update like, yeah, that's not happening. It wasn't supposed to be a movie, and then it went to a TV show, and it's just not happening. But
yeah, it was supposed to be a movie trilogy, and I'm annoyed that they didn't do it. Anyway,
listen, I go as Percy goes, and as soon as Walker's out, I don't want anything else to, because he's been pitch perfect Percy to me. So
you told me you didn't read the other books. You should read the other books. They're just as hilarious. They're just as good, and the other authors who do the other mythologies continue to do great with it.
Well, we shall see. But all right, with that, we're gonna sign off. Drew's got a movie to see. This I'm doing. So remember, folks, to like and subscribe to everything we're doing over here at Wattville Entertainment. And till then, we'll see you next time. Check out our trailer reaction for Supergirl. Check out Brew and I on A Bigger Bite. All that fun stuff. So
BitesizeBreakdown.com and Bitesize Breakdown YouTube channel.
With that, signing off, I am Matt. That is Rue. And this was another episode of the Daily Prophetcast. We'll see you next time.